What's up, guys? It's Mike from ABC Store here in Miami, and I got some exciting news to tell you. Sony just announced their newest 400mm GMaster f2.8 OSS, and it is a beast. Let's check it out. Before we jump into the specs, let's talk about the obvious parts of this lens. It is built for speed and accuracy. This lens is built with 23 elements of glass in 17 groups, which means this lens is heavy. Coming in at 2,895 grams, this lens comes in at just under 6.5 pounds. But if you compare that to competing 400mm 2.8 lenses, it comes in at 2 pounds lighter, making it one of the lightest super telephoto low light lenses on the market. And the reason I bring up the groups and the elements is because they're not just conventional in that there's a lot of glass, so this lens is heavy. Sony actually thought ahead, and the way they dispersed the glass was so that they made the weight of the lens evenly distributed. So it's not so front heavy when you're shooting with such a long lens. For all you sports and nature photographers, that's a huge difference you have to make, and a lot less of a workload you have to take on when you're walking around with such a big lens in general. Now, I say that this lens is made for sports and fast movement because they added two XD or extreme dynamic linear motors into the lens, which allow it to be significantly more improved in tracking moving subjects. Now, Sony was well prepared to make sure this lens got into the hands of people who wanted to shoot sports and wildlife because they made this lens very durable with a magnesium alloy body, carbon fiber lens hood. They even added fluoride to the front element of the lens to make sure it resists dust and any fingerprints, as well as making the lens itself dust and moisture proof, just like the rest of their GMaster lenses. Now, having a 400mm f2.8 is going to give you some beautiful background blur, and that's just one thing this lens excels at. The bokeh is phenomenal. At 2.8, you can completely obliterate the background and separate your subject in focus by pulling in at 2.8, and it creates some beautiful, stunning images, especially when you incorporate the fast speed that this lens can handle focus. Now let's talk about the functionality of this lens, and it has a lot of cool features in the hand controls with your hold autofocus button that can also be customized. You can set it to your eye autofocus, your focus peaking. You also have full-time manual focus and built-in optical stabilization with not one, not two, but 3 different OS modes to allow you to fully capture your image regardless of how shaky you need to be when shooting. On top of that, it does have a drop-in filter set so you can add all your NDs without having to get huge diameter variable ND filters. Sony has currently outdone themselves with their newest line of GMaster lenses, this being the 7th GMaster lens. It will come in at a price of around $12,000, and pre-orders are currently being taken for when they first ship in September. Alright guys, that's it on the new Sony 400mm f2.8 GMaster lens. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. Are you going to get one? Do you know if any of your friends are going to get one? Hit that like, comment, subscribe button below to keep up with the latest, alright? See you around.